They called me a gold digger at my own engagement party, whispered behind my back, like I wasn't good enough for their precious son. But the second my brother stepped through those doors, the laughter stopped. What happened next flipped everything upside down. Hi, I'm Jasmine, and today I'm sharing the night that changed my life forever. Let me take you back 6 months, to when I first met Ryan. I was grading papers at my favorite coffee shop downtown, totally absorbed in my work as a third-grade teacher. That's when this charming guy bumped into my table and spilled coffee all over my lesson plans. Instead of just saying sorry and walking off, he sat down, helped me clean up, and insisted on buying me a fresh cup. Ryan had this genuine smile and an easy laugh that made me forget my ruined papers right away. We ended up talking for hours about everything and nothing. He worked in finance, and I shared stories about my students. What got me was how he actually listened. Not just the polite nodding, but real attention. When I talked about my passion for teaching, most people's eyes glaze over, but Ryan seemed fascinated. That's rare. Things moved fast. Ryan surprised me with little things, my favorite pastries, flowers for no reason, or showing up with takeout after a long day. He never made me feel like my modest life wasn't enough. When I cooked simple meals in my tiny kitchen, he acted like I'd whipped up a feast fit for royalty. When we watched movies on my old couch, he'd pull me close and say it was perfect. Yeah, Ryan came from money, his clothes, his car, that penthouse downtown, but he never flaunted it or made me feel small. He'd casually mention family dinners or business trips, but I didn't really grasp how wealthy his family was until he proposed. The proposal was sweet, intimate, just us, back at that same coffee shop where we met. But then he told me about the engagement party his family was throwing. And suddenly I felt this flicker of anxiety. They're excited to meet you, he said, squeezing my hand. His mom's already planning everything. I should have paid more attention to that quick worried look he gave when he mentioned his mom. The week before the party, I agonized over what to wear. I wanted to impress, but I didn't want to fake being someone else. I settled on a simple red dress, nothing flashy but elegant enough. Ryan said I looked beautiful, but I caught him fiddling nervously with his tie on the drive to his family's estate. When we pulled up, I caught my breath. I'd seen big houses before, but this was something else entirely. A circular driveway lined with luxury cars, gardens so manicured they looked fake, marble columns at the entrance. I whispered, "Wow," suddenly feeling so small in my department store dress. Ryan squeezed my hand and said, "It's just a house, Jasmine. Just people." But the moment we walked inside, I knew. This wasn't just people. This was old money, wrapped in invisible walls. Diamonds dripping from every woman's neck, men wearing watches probably worth more than my salary, everyone moving with a confidence born from never worrying about money. Ryan's mom, Patricia, glided toward us with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. Perfect silver hair, cream designer dress, jewelry sparkling with every movement. "Jasmine, darling," she said, air-kissing my cheeks. "How lovely to finally meet you. Ryan's told us so much." Her tone was polite, but I caught her eyes sizing me up, my dress, my shoes, my simple jewelry. I felt like I was on display. "Thank you for having this party, Mrs. Patterson. Your home is stunning. Please, call me Patricia," she said. "And yes, it's been in the family for generations. I do hope you'll be comfortable here." The way she said comfortable made it clear she doubted it. Before I could say anything, Ryan's sister Amanda appeared. Her disdain was more direct. She looked me over with perfectly sculpted eyebrows raised, barely hiding her contempt. "So, you're the teacher?" she said, like I'd just told her I was a professional mud wrestler. "How noble. I'm sure it's fulfilling, even if it's not exactly lucrative." My cheeks burned, but I kept my voice steady. I love what I do. There's nothing better than seeing a kid's face light up when they finally get it. "Oh, I'm sure," Amanda replied with a fake smile. "Must be nice to have simple pleasures." Ryan stepped closer, sensing the tension. "Amanda, Jasmine is amazing. She's been teaching 5 years, and her students adore her." 5 years, Patricia repeated, studying me. "And you're 26? Straight from college to teaching? No gap year in Europe, no internships at fancy firms." I said, I wanted to make a difference right away. I had student loans to pay and was eager to get into the classroom. There was an uncomfortable silence. Their world was paid for by trust funds, not loans. As the night wore on, I met aunts, uncles, family friends. Each encounter a test, I was failing. They asked about my parents with fake interest, and I saw the disappointment when I mentioned my dad's a mechanic and my mom works at a grocery store. Good, honest jobs, but nothing impressive here. The questions kept coming. Where did I go to school? A state university. Where do I live? A small apartment. Each answer seemed to confirm their worst suspicions. I found myself alone by the champagne table, watching Ryan work the room, confident and at home. Then I overheard women whispering. She seems sweet enough, but what does Ryan see in her? It's obvious, right? She's after his money. Look at her, pretty but so ordinary. Poor Ryan, always too trusting. I stood frozen, champagne trembling in my hand. They didn't know me, but they decided I was a fortune hunter. Worst was Ryan, totally clueless. Talking to uncles about golf or whatever, oblivious to the fact his family was tearing me down behind his back. Comments got harsher. Patricia cornered me in the powder room, her politeness cracking. Jasmine, Ryan's very precious. He's the heir to a fortune. We want to be sure he's with someone who truly cares. I do care, I whispered. I love him. Oh, I'm sure, she said, voice dripping with doubt. But love doesn't always conquer all. There are practical matters, compatibility, backgrounds. Ryan and you, do you really have much in common? Her words stung. I'd been feeling that all night. Back in the party, Amanda was laughing. She's a public school teacher, can you believe it? Probably makes less in a year than I spend on handbags. And that dress? Target, I bet. The group laughed, and I felt humiliated. Ryan was still talking elsewhere, oblivious. Then Ryan's uncle Gerald, a bit drunk, joined in, loud enough for all to hear. At least we know she's not after him for his looks. Poor girl's never seen this much money. Can't blame her for trying to upgrade. The laughter stabbed me like a knife. To them, I was just a stereotype. Not the woman who works 60 hours a week for her students, who loves their son for who he is. I needed air. Stepping onto the terrace, I wrapped myself in my arms and looked out over those manicured gardens. My phone buzzed, a text from my brother Daniel. How's the party? Are they treating my little sister well? Tears pricked my eyes. Daniel's been my protector forever, 8 years older, worked multiple jobs to pay for my college when our parents couldn't. He'd been so proud of my teaching job, thrilled about Ryan. But he didn't know this side of Ryan's family, the side that saw me as an outsider. Before I could reply, I heard footsteps behind me, hoping it was Ryan. I turned, and it was Patricia. Getting some air? These parties can be overwhelming. Her voice was gentler now, but somehow worse. Jasmine, I want to be honest. I think you're nice. But you don't understand what you're getting into. This family, this life, it's not as glamorous as you think. There are expectations, responsibilities. Ryan will inherit a company someday, and he'll need a wife who can handle that world. What are you saying? I asked quietly. Maybe you should consider if this is really what you want. If you're prepared for a life so different from your own. It was the kindest way anyone told me I wasn't good enough, but it hurt because it came wrapped in fake concern. I think I know what I want, I said softly. Do you? Patricia's voice cracked with sadness. Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're drowning. Maybe she was right. Maybe I was drowning. Back inside, everyone watched me like I was waiting to confirm their worst opinions. Every conversation felt forced. Then Ryan noticed. You okay? You seem quiet. I wanted to tell him everything, but his face was so earnest I lied. I'm fine. Just tired. We can leave soon, he said, squeezing my hand. But as he led me back, Amanda's voice cut through the room, mocking. She wants to make a difference, huh? Like teaching's gonna change the world. It's cute when poor people think their jobs matter. A woman corrected. 3rd grade, kindergarten, what's the difference? She's delusional if she thinks she'll fit in at the country club or charity galas. She drowned. The laughter broke something inside me. I stepped forward. Actually, I teach 3rd grade. And yes, it matters. Helping kids learn to read, write, and think critically. That's important work. The laughter stopped. Amanda's surprise turned to embarrassment. Oh, Jasmine, I didn't see you there. I was just. You were mocking me, my career, my life? I said firmly. I don't have trust funds or Ivy League degrees. I work hard, care deeply, and I love your brother. Sorry if that's not enough. The room was silent. Patricia appeared beside Amanda, pale with mortification. Jasmine, I'm sure Amanda didn't mean. Yes, she did. I interrupted. All of you did. Tonight, you decided if I'm worthy of Ryan, if I'm here for money, if I belong. Maybe I don't. Maybe I never will. I turned to leave. Amanda called after me. At least she's honest now. Let's be real. What could a public school teacher offer Ryan besides the obvious? My phone buzzed. Daniel texting, hope you're okay. If anyone gives you trouble, let me know. I'm in the city tomorrow. I typed back. Could you come now? I need support. On my way. Give me the address. I turned to the crowd. I think I'll wait for my ride outside. As I walked out, Patricia called. Jasmine, please, let's talk. I didn't look back. I was done. Minutes later, headlights approached, but not Daniel's usual car. A convoy of black SUVs pulled up. Security guards stepped out, professionals in dark suits. Then Daniel appeared, dressed sharp, confidence radiating, flanked by his own security detail. Daniel Chun, the CEO of a tech empire. But to me, just my big brother who helped with homework, taught me to drive, and always had my back. People inside the house stared, whispers spreading like wildfire. Patricia's face went pale. Mr. Chun, she stammered. We didn't know Jasmine was your sister. Daniel's voice was calm steel. I imagine that would have changed how you treated her tonight. Amanda looked horrified. Ryan pushed through, shocked. Daniel, you're Jasmine's brother? Yes, Daniel said, arm around me. And I know there's been some confusion about my sister's worth. Patricia tried to explain, but Daniel cut her off. You spent the evening questioning her motives, mocking her career, suggesting she's not good enough. That's not respect. Amanda's voice shook. Mr. Chun, we didn't know. She's exactly who she's always been, a dedicated teacher. A good person who works hard and loves deeply. The only difference? Now you know her last name. He locked eyes with the crowd. My sister chose not to use our name because she wanted to be valued for who she is, not what she has. I respect that, even though it meant watching you judge her unfairly. Ryan stepped forward. Embarrassed. Jasmine, I had no idea. I mean, I knew you had a brother, but she didn't tell you because she didn't want it to matter, Daniel said. She wanted you to love her for herself, not her connections. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The very people who called me a gold digger were now faced with the fact that I had access to more wealth than they did. I just chose not to use it. Patricia made a last-ditch attempt. Mr. Chun, maybe we can start over. Daniel shook his head. No, you've shown who you are. My sister deserves better than people who only value her if she's useful. He turned to me. Ready to go home? I nodded, feeling a weight lift. As we left, whispers began, calculations of damage done to their reputations. But I didn't care anymore. I was done proving myself to people who'd never accept me. At the SUV, Daniel held the door. I was looking forward to meeting your fiancé. Too bad he didn't defend you when it mattered. As we drove away, I felt something I hadn't all night. Peace. The next morning, I sent Ryan's ring back with a note. I hope you find someone your family considers worthy. I hope I find someone who knows I already am. 3 months later, I met someone new, another teacher who saw my passion, respected me without needing to know my brother's name. That's the difference between genuine respect and conditional acceptance. Real love doesn't come with a net worth statement. So, that's how one night changed everything. Sometimes, the people who underestimate us get the biggest shock of their lives. If this story hit home, hit like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more real stories. And remember, your worth isn't your bank account, your family name, or what others think. It's your character, your actions, and the love you bring to the world.